let's talk about the scores. I love maths and I like to teach maths in its simplest form. I realize a lot of females don't like maths as well as guys, but most of the females that I come across, they don't like maths. I love maths because I had very great teachers from the initial stage, and so I continue loving it. I found easier ways of teaching it, and so whereby I've taught persons and they fell in love with it, including my daughter. So first, and I want to teach from scratch, like persons who want to go and take it up to high school level, who wants to start off getting to know it, because most of the jobs that we go to requires an entry exam, and normally it's about maths and English, and most of the maths are beginners match, but most of the time we don't even remember those types of maths. So let's kick it off. We're talking about operation, different types of operations in maths, and the first operation that we're going to look at is the result of adding is called a sum. And for example, some of us call it addition, and we get the results, which is called a sum. Finding the sum, for example, 4, 6, and 8. So 4 plus 6 plus 8 would give you the result being the sum of 80. And this operation, you would call it addition, where you use addition signs. Secondly, the difference of two numbers, whereby the bigger number minus is a smaller number. For example, 40 and 20. 40 minus 20 equals 20. And the difference would be 20. The operation that we use here is minus. Sometimes we go and persons use minus, difference, take away, and sometimes we don't have an idea what they're talking about. It's simply using the minus sign. Take away the smaller from the bigger. And so difference, which is the result, is 20. Right. So we're going to look at the third operation in maths, which is the result obtained by multiplying numbers is called product. So the operation sign that we're looking at is the multiplication sign. And take, for instance, we're going to multiply 6 and 4. So 6 times 4 will equal to 24. And the operation sign that we use here is multiplication. It's a multiplication sign. So sometimes you find a product, multiply two numbers, it's the same thing. The fourth operation sign we're going to talk about is the division sign. The result obtained by division is called the quotient. When you divide two numbers, the answer is called the quotient. For example, 6 divided by 12 equals 2. And there are times, as my son came home and he said, use operations with numbers to create expressions. And sometimes we don't know what operation is. Operations in maths. Operations in maths is talking about the plus sign, the multiplication sign, the addition sign, the division sign, the minus sign. So sometimes we get confused and we read because there are so many words that is used to represent these signs, like division, divide. How much time can you take this amount of number out of that? Same thing as division. Minus sign, you hear take away, the difference of two numbers. It's the same minus they're talking about, right? So in the next chapter we're gonna cover whereby we are confused. Like if we're going to talk about the commutative laws and the distributive laws. We're going to talk about the three laws, because sometimes we get confused, and the associative laws. Sometimes we get confused about what to do first. Sometimes we get an expression and it have all three operations or four operations, and we are confused as to which one to do first. So my next chapter will show which to do first, an example of how to do them. Subscribe. This is going to be one good ride. I may not do very long to start this, but I know it's gonna be good for persons who don't understand maths, who you don't want someone to teach it fast, but to go very slow, and to help kids with their homework. So in the future, we'll have live session where kids can post their homework right up to the high school level, and we will assist them with their homework. So don't be afraid to subscribe to the page.